Good morning everyone, I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm Mysticle, and today I'm going to be bringing you the latest in XR news, including new games, software updates for the Quest platform, and information on the Apple XR headset. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. So first things first, the Quest Pro now has foveated rendering support via OpenXR Toolkit on Link PCVR, which is absolutely fantastic. Very recently, the Quest Pro already got local dimming support via the V51 PTC. This is going to be an upgrade on another level. The OpenXR Toolkit has added eye-tracked foveated rendering support to the MetaQuest Pro. As the name suggests, the OpenXR Toolkit improves and adds features to PCVR titles that use OpenXR Open Standard API. Additionally, you can use OpenComposite to translate OpenVR, Steam VR games, to OpenXR, enabling support for games like American Truck Simulator, Assetto Corsa, Competizione, Dirt Rally 2, Elite Dangerous, F1 2022, Pavlov, and Subnautica. Some users have reported that it even works with Praydog's Unreal Engine VR injector, the tool that adds basic VR support to certain non-VR Unreal Engine titles. Eye-tracked foveated rendering is a technique where only a small region of the display that your eyes are looking at is rendered at full resolution, and the places around that, the places your eyes aren't really focusing on, your peripheral vision, is rendered at a lower resolution, therefore allowing your computer or headset to work at a lower power, give you more FPS, and make the game run smoother in general. It's a pretty big feature that a lot of people are very excited for every time a headset comes out with eye tracking. If the headset has more overhead, has more power to work with in general, the games developers make can be larger and more descriptive, which is absolutely fantastic. And I am so happy that this feature is finally being utilized in OpenXR. Let's jump into the next piece of news. The Owlchemy demo reaches for mass market with VR hand tracking. Hand tracking in virtual reality has gotten a lot better throughout the years. Like, it's gotten to the point where I can put on my headset and I don't even need to grab my controllers. If I'm going to watch a movie or something, I can literally just use my hands. It's really good. And now with games like VRChat supporting it, it gives users the ability to have full finger tracking in social apps. It's fantastic. The software from Google's Owlchemy Labs ran on the Quest 2. You could use Meta's latest hand tracking 2.1 technology from Owlchemy's fine-tuning layered on top. And if you want to read the full upload VR article on this, I will of course leave a link for you down below. And I myself think that in games like this, hand tracking does work fantastically. And it's a nice simple game. Of course, things like Job Simulator, things like Vacation Simulator, I think they work really well with hand tracking. It gives you a little bit more immersion into the title, being able to move all your fingers, grab objects around you, throw them by just opening up your hand, not having to hold onto controllers. I think that in titles like this, it really works amazingly, and the demo looks great. Personally, I'm not sure how much of a barrier the controllers are to play VR. Most gamers that are jumping into virtual reality are already quite used to controllers, and most virtual reality controllers are built to be ergonomic, they're built to be comfortable, and they're built to last for a long time. But I do definitely agree that using something like hand tracking is certainly a lot more immersive here. Okay, here's one that a lot of you guys are excited for. Tons of you guys in the comment section are excited for Apple's XR headset. Well, the Apple CEO, Tim Cook, is hyping XR ahead of WWDC. We've got very mixed information on what is going to happen during WWDC. Some people say that this is when they're going to announce the headset. Some people say that it's actually not, and it's going to be delayed once again. But we do already have a teaser image that looks like a bunch of lenses. In an interview by GQ's Zach Barron, Apple CEO Tim Cook explained that he first joined Apple, which at the time was nearly bankrupt because Steve Jobs convinced him that the company could really change the world. The next shot that the company is rumored to take has a chance to do more than change the world. It has the chance to change everyday life itself. While Apple remains very secretive about its plans for an XR device, which is rumored to be revealed at WWDC in June, Cook said in an interview that in some ways the technology could be even better than the real world. To quote, "If you think about technology itself with an augmented reality, just to take one side of the AR VR piece, the idea that you could overlay the physical world with things from a digital world could greatly enhance people's communication, people's connection," Cook told GQ. It could empower people to achieve things they couldn't achieve before. We might be able to collaborate on something much easier if we were sitting there brainstorming about it, and all of a sudden we could pull up something digitally and both see it and begin to collaborate on it and create with it. And so it's the idea that there's this environment that may be even better than the real world. To overlay the virtual world on top of it might be an even better world, said Cook. And so this is exciting. If it could accelerate creatively, if it could just help you do things that you do all day long, and you didn't really think about doing them in a different way. When prompted about the company's criticism of the Google Glass around the time the device was introduced back in 2013, saying that head-worn devices would feel too invasive, Cook suggests that he may have changed his mind on this point. My thinking always evolves. Steve Jobs taught me well. Never to get married to your convictions of yesterday. To always, if presented with something new that says you were wrong, admit it and go forward, instead of continuing to hunker down and say why you're right. And to be honest with you, that's quite a good way of thinking. I do agree with that. And I am very excited to see what Apple introduces during WWDC. It certainly feels like it may be an XR product, especially now that Tim Cook has realized that this technology does have a bit more to it. I am quite excited for it, and I can't wait for WWDC, even if I won't be the target audience. Where Apple goes, other companies tend to follow, and I say this every time we talk about them. And here's something interesting. Sony's new 3D display doesn't require any glasses. Now, at first I thought this might be an April Fool's Day joke. However, it does really seem like Sony has announced a new addition to its growing lineup of spatial reality displays. Available for purchase next month, the ELF SR2 is a 27-inch 4K display that can supposedly deliver immersive 3D content without the need for additional hardware, such as augmented reality glasses or a VR headset. Compared to its previous models, the ELF SR2 features an improved vision sensor and various image quality enhancing technologies, as well as a more robust functionality and installation flexibility. According to the company, the device is designed for use by architects, engineers, industrial designers, software and game developers, and various other professionals. And to be honest, I see this coming in quite handy. At first, I'm like, a 3D display? A lot of people thought that those were a gimmick back in the day, and they kind of got pushed out. However, seeing the images that they're portraying here, this could really work well in, say, shops. If you want to display a virtual item instead of a real one, instead of having images, you could have this 3D display. Allow the user to rotate the item, look at it, and even at home, it could be a pretty cool mantelpiece. Other companies have already developed 3D displays that you can place down on your desk and display a 3D object in them, and they look incredibly cool. And now for a quick run of titles. Gambit releases this week for Quest and PCVR. Xreal Games, the team behind Zero Caliber VR, first unveiled the cooperative VR heist shooter back in 2020. Initially set to release in 2021, it then faced delays to May 2022, and then again to December 2022. The day before its December 2022 release, it was pushed once again to Q1 of 2023. However, the release now seems set in stone, with a Quest store page live, and a new date set for April 6th. This game seems like a pretty interesting one, and if you're looking for another cooperative shooter, I would encourage you to take a look. Links are, of course, down below. And here is a take on a classic. Fruit Ninja VR 2 is coming onto the Quest, Pico, and PCVR platforms this week. Halfbrick Studios says the sequel will feature a return of classic arcade and zen modes from the original, now juicier than ever. Fruit Ninja VR 2 also features a new bow weapon, which will let you aim and shoot fruit with arrows instead of the regular slice and dice method. So again, if you guys are interested, all links are down below. This is certainly a return to the classic, and I myself played quite a bit of Fruit Ninja VR when that first came out. Of course, I played it on phone as well back in the day, but return to the classic is always something I'm super excited for. Either way, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like. If you disliked it, I guess this button works too, but let me know why down below. If you guys are not yet part of the community, check out the Discord and check out the Reddit down below, where I want to see you posting your spicy memes. And thank you so much to all the Patreons. Those lovely names are going off to my right now. You guys are helping me out so much, and I cannot thank you enough. And as usual, if you guys want to be notified of future content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack that subscribe button with your forehead, ding my bell, and see you again in the next video. Peace.